Okay, here's a bunch of other junk I've been working on around here. Been doing a lot of surfacing this week. Every time I turn around, there's another city's heads being done. So everybody's got their motors trying to go back together, I guess, after they blew them up over the winter. So here's another set of heads here that got surfaced. These are 113 Evo head, shovelhead. I mean, not shovelhead, S&S. This is a 111 set over here, 4 1/8 inch bore stuff. So it's another set I did. So these were blown head gaskets, kept blowing them. So for some reason they didn't have a good lip put on here. So the lip that they had was only about maybe that wide. Basically the thickness of the steel. And when you use the MLS head gasket over here, you're only getting the first lip is sealing, the second lip is not even hitting on the steel, it's hitting on the aluminum. And the aluminum was cut down a couple thou because they get more pressure right here by having that lip right there. So they had it too thin, so I moved it over. This was the first one I did. I made it bigger in style than what they had, but it's not enough. So this one I gave it more. So you can see how much further out I came out on this one. See how it's only about 30 thou from the edge. This one here, about 100 thou from the edge. So this one here is wide enough that it'll catch both bands here for sealing, so the MLS head gasket will have something to bite against. So S&S didn't make them correctly. Now the set of 113 cylinders, which he took those back, ready for mock-up. They had the wide band just like this on them stock. You can see how this didn't even quite clean all the way right the outside edge here. That's where the gasket was pushing on it pretty hard. So anyway, so we did a lot of these things late now. So right now I gotta do the shovelhead set. So I'm tired. So these are some shovelhead S&S cylinders, obviously. So he has an 88 inch motor, not a 93 or a 96 or a 98. So they only make the one cylinder length, and then they have one piston they make. And when you run a 88 inch motor, it's a stock crank with a big bore cylinder kit on it. The pistons are very low compression, it's like a 7-to-1 motor. So to get more compression on this thing, we're going to cut 50 thousandths off the gasket surface to bring it in line with what you need. So I'm getting ready to go cut that to gain some clearances. Now we can either cut it off this side or off this side or a little bit off above. So this here looks like it's already pretty good, so there's no reason to cut this side. So I'm going to go ahead and blow it off of this side over here, which will get this top fin will almost disappear. And then I got to recut the height here, whatever the height this is. I got to figure that out too. It's usually about 180, sometimes 200, but about 180. And I got to do that for both cylinders. Now the head bolts might be a little bit too long at this point too, so you might have to shorten the head bolts slightly. But that's one more thing we got to figure out. Now if you take it off the flange over here, that's the other place you can do it. And that will, you just got to watch out for your stud height on your nut, make sure it doesn't bottom out. And then the spigot would have to be shortened, and this should have to be shortened where the two cylinders come together from the V angle, because the other cylinder here is right next to it like this. So you got more stuff you got to cut, so it's actually easier to do the top than the bottom. But they both can get worked on. Okay, so I'm going to cut it from the top. First thing I'm going to do, I got to file this to make sure it's flat. And I got to do all this tonight because I need to use my lathe to cut that valve collar for the thunderheads for the Sportster. So I need my lathe back. Where's my file at? And as usual, after you get everything done, the customers wait and don't come by after you finish everything. I like because I want to get paid. That'd be my guess anyway. Alright, good enough for that. Okay, first thing I do is figure out what our overall length is here so we know. So pull out a caliper, I'll get it figured out. Okay, now the stock cylinder is I-330 as I recall. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we're around 331, 332. Turn the 180, go the other side. There's 331 and a half, 332. Okay, so it's 5.332. There's your number. That's 38 volt, close enough. 332 is what it measures on that one. This one is 34, 32, 31, 30. That one got to 30 before it fell off the edge over here. 31, 331, 5 on the end. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, that's what it looks like after I take it off. It grows a couple though when you pull it off. Okay, so 331, we need to take 50 off, so we need to go down to 80. 380. Not 380, 280. Dumbass. Figured that out. 3.280. Okay, so let's go over here and see what we're going to get. Alright, so we got these fancy jaws in my lathe here we use. This is my 6-jaw chuck. Took 3 of the jaws out, swapped them out for these long ones. These are made for turning sleeves, cylinder sleeves. So these are upside down. I'm supposed to be holding on the inside, not the outside. So I remachined them on the outside to do what I want to do, which is work on Harleys. So I had to cut them down small enough to go inside of a 3.5-inch cylinder. I think I can do an iron head Sportster too, maybe. I don't remember. Maybe. So I can get down to 3 inches maybe, at least 3 3/16. So anyway, these are made to do what I need to do, and they center up pretty good, and they repeat pretty good. That's the biggest thing. They repeat within about a thou and a half. Okay, so we're going to cut this one. Alright. Turn the speed down a little bit. I'm not doing aluminum no more. Plus S&S cylinders are usually fairly hard. When they make them, they kind of heat treat them a little bit. Okay, so first thing I do is figure out what our dimensions are going to be on this thing. Luckily on this we can actually measure it right on the lathe. So nice. Take my dial indicator, stick it on there, so I know about where I'm at. Okay, we're going to turn around and go up the top up here. See how high this is up on here. Looks like a couple hundred thou is what it looks like. So that's just rough dimensioning. Okay, so now we're going to turn it on and actually do a cut, and we'll see what we actually have here. We go until we just touch it. Put the indicator over here. So right there. Back it off the valve. got a tip on there. Nothing. 0. Not touching. 1. Up there we're touching, you hear it. Okay, so that's our 0 point. Okay, so now we know how much that is. Okay, now we go down this way, we go 1. 95. Pick at 98. Hits in places at 98. Okay, so that's 198 thou thick on that. Now we know. I'm going to re-zero this out right now. Here's the surface not very flat, see? Go until we touch. We're cutting carbon. Whoops, here where you can see it. Here where I can see it too. Okay, so it looks like we're just past 11 in the dial. Give it a half a thou or so here. About that far. There's our half a thou. Let's see what we get for a finish here. Okay, so now we can see what's actually being cut right now. So instead of the gasket being squeezed here in the center where you need all the pressure, it's being squeezed out here, which is exactly backwards what it should be. And it's also slightly out of skew a little bit here on the angle. It's low here, high over here. You can see where the gasket's kind of blowing through right there a little bit, trying to. Okay, so that's basically at 1 thou. So we're not quite even at that number. So I think we're going to have to go 1 more thou to make 0. That's obviously not 0 yet on this motor. Now when we're all said and done, we're going to have a lip on it just like these cylinders over here. We're going to be cutting a lip like this on there. And the lip is usually somewhere between 2 to 3 thou deep. I was cutting these at 2.5. What that does is it squeezes the gasket. This MLS has a bead right here, but a regular gasket is just paper. It'll squeeze it, like say this was a head gasket. It would squeeze it extra tight right where my thumb is, and not as much on the outside edge, so it gives you more sealing here. If you push on the outside edge, then it leaks past the gasket because it's not sealing right on the edge where it belongs. So that's why you want to have a little bit of lip. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I don't think I moved it yet. Nope. 1 thou. Right there. Now let's go see what we get here this time. Cut now we're in. Not even, but we're cutting. We'll do a 1 thou past 11. We'll cut the cylinders here. Okay, so we're not quite hitting on half the cylinder right now. It's very common for these things to be out of whack like this. So the cylinder bores are not necessarily the same as the outside like they should be. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call 0 as being our 0 point. I'm going to cut 50 thou off of this thing. Then I got to come back and cut the lip here, but I'm only going to cut, I have to cut 2.5 extra here, so I'll leave, I won't go quite all the way to 50 thou. I'll cut 47 thou to 47.5. So we'll have a different number. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little bit faster this time. We're not going to baby it so much this time. Okay. Let's see. 20 thou cut. Fast. Jaws aren't rigid enough to go fast with a big cut. This is only 20 thou, we're going 50. Let's try 10 thou. 10's working. Trying to chatter. Fast, it doesn't chatter, oh, roast a bit. Alright, that was one cut. Try 15 thou. Load on it. Heat it just enough to keep a load on it. Worked alright. Do that again. Do the last big cut. Alright, so we'll cut 40 off right now. So we started at 0, we're down to 60, that's 40. So that's what it looks like right now. Fin's still getting, fin is getting thinner there, the margin between the fin. Okay, so now we go ahead and cut it again. Now you want to know why we're cutting so much. See here where the top ring is way to held down the cylinder? That's why we're going to cut it off right to here. It still can go more, but it's a good starting point. Okay, so I gotta leave 3 for my final, so I'll leave some. Okay, I don't want to cut all the way at one shot, so I'm going to cut 5 more. I'm going to leave 2.5 for the final. Let it finish. Make sure it's flat. If you don't cross those holes, it chatters a lot. It's not flat. Now, if you don't cut anything, it doesn't do anything. There's 5. That was 5. This looks good. Okay, I'm going to cut 2.5. Actually, I'm going to measure it. Probably should measure it before you do your final cut, just in case you're off a little bit. Okay, we got 6/1000ths to go. Well, these cylinders are about 1 thou or 2 thick to begin with. Maybe 3. It's 85, 86 right here. 85. This is our high spot right here. So the other side is not square to this cut. What a shocker. Four. 3.5 is our low number. So I got 3 thou in that one spot, or as much as 8 on the other side, so it's not square. Alright, so I'm going to stop cutting at this right now. That leaves me 5 thou theoretically to go on the other side, but when I cut my 2.5 I'll be at 0. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut my 2.5 thousandths of undercut here. I'm going to flip it around, do this other side, and square it up on that side. Okay, so we were at 5. I think we're at 5. Yep. Right there. Okay, I cut just past the hole there. You can see the cut line right there or not. You got about 30 thousandths between the cut line and the edge of the hole there. I got a 2.5 thou step, which is what I did right there, which is probably not much, but we're going to use MLS gaskets on this, I think. So, let me go grab the gasket we're going to use so I can see what it looks like. I have not done that yet, so helps to know what we're going to use. MLS. Yeah, 3 5/8, 40 thousandths shovel head. Okay, they only got one little small lip on this one. Okay, so we can cut it back a little bit further. Yeah. Give it a light so you can see better maybe. Okay, so we got this one fat lip right here, nothing else. Okay, so we don't need to have a big fat lip on this thing. So we need to narrow that up a little so we concentrate the pressure where we want it to be. I'm going to go a little bit further in. See what that looks like. Camera's in the way. I think that's pretty good there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to give it 3 thou pressure too. There's 3. I'm going to back it out, so I give it the 3. Instead of what I had on it. Okay. Gives a little more pronounced edge on there now. Hear it drop off? The thumbnail? Pretty pronounced. Okay. That's a good amount of sealing there. Okay, now I gotta cut this lip back to 200 or 198. Either or, 200, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're 2 thou above 50, so we can go 2 turns out, maybe a couple thou back. 98. I think 200 is a good number to use though. But we'll see. Alright. 1, 2, and 0. Nothing moved, we should just skim across it. One more thou. There we go. We're right on it. Nothing changed. Good. 10, 15. Another 15. So that's exactly 200 right there. Good point. Okay. Deburr his edge a little bit. Deburring tool. Deburr on that. Good. Need a file on the outer edge. Try to catch some of that, but I don't think I did much. Good. Okay. That side's done. Okay, I'm going to flip it around to the other side to try to square the cylinder up. Chips out of the way in case there's any in there. Blow all the chips out of the inside so we don't chuck up on those. The last thing you need to do is chuck up on all the chips that you just got done making. Okay, so we clean the bore out a little bit. I'm going to flip it around, trim this other side. Then we'll see what our final number is. Cover it around a little bit just to make sure there's no chips on it or anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to touch this off and see how much we got out around here. About a concentric round. Sound too bad. We'll take one thou, see what it looks like. Alright, so let's see what it looks like over here for flatness. Okay, you can see where you're cutting right there. See how it's cutting more on the outside than the inside. That's all clean, that's clean, that's clean. It starts fogging out right here. It's just barely cutting this edge, it's not cutting the inside. So once again, it looks like it's cup shaped, the inside edge is not getting pressure on it. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple thou off of that to square that at least. We already cut one. I'm going to try cutting two and see how clean we make this. that's 3 total right there. Sounds better with hitting the more ears. Still now flat. Barely fogging across everything. See, shiny, 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 dark, shiny, 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 dark. Right there's dark. So right there is where it fogs out. It's kind of rubbing across the surface, but not quite cleaning. So half a thou more would have done it. Okay, now we're going to measure it and see what we got for dimension. Looking for 3.280 is what we're looking for. Let's see what we got. 282, 281, 281.5. Call that 281. 280.5 there. 279, 25, 280, 281, 280 and a half, 280, 280. That was right on the money. This side is 81, 81 and 80 and a half, 80 right there. So looks like it scored it up pretty good. I'm less than a thou out of whack, I think. It was 80 and a half. This one flashes 79 at me, 79 and a half right there. Okay, so it looks like a 1 thou or 79 and a half to 80 and a half. So we're right on the money for the size we wanted when you average it out. Just didn't quite clean on the bottom all the way, but it's fogging across. I'm going to call that done. Alright, so this one here is right on the money. We want 380. We're at 380. Okay, I can live with that. Be nice to go 1 more thou, but yeah, I got the number I needed. Okay. So, that's how we do the one. Paint's blowing off the damn thing from doing that. Alright, so there's your surface right there. You get a good idea what it looks like. It's pretty even. And this side over here, you can see a little better on that. Alright, so that's the one there. It's done. So I'm going to do the other one. Should go a little quicker. I'm going to start by cleaning out the ID. Nice smooth finish. Put that right there so we can drop it. Okay, that's all clean. I'm going to cut the base this time first, so I have to come back and do it again. Let's see, here's our low spot. Carbon. carbon layer up there I was rubbing across. Don't see much come off, but we can definitely hear it. About 5 thou lower than the other one was, shorter overall height from the same spot. We were over here at 48, how much? 4 under, 6 thou difference. So that's from the top of the spigot here to the end of the flange. This cylinder is slightly shorter than the other one. Should be equal when we're done. Okay, so right now I'm going to cut a couple thou. See how uneven the surface is. Couple. We cut 3 off the other side. So we're going to need more than that. Yep. I don't know if it's me or something else. Loosen it, turn it 180 degrees, try it again. See if there's any difference. Don't mark it, you don't know where you're at. So we cut on this half here, not on the other half. Alright, see what we got this time. Haven't moved anything. Hitting right here, same spot we were on before. Okay, I'm gonna give it 1 thou. I'm looking for repeatability here. If it repeats, it's accurate. If it doesn't repeat, we have a problem. If I took a couple thou, I wouldn't show it, so I wouldn't know. Get repeated. So Here's where we cut before. And before it started cutting right up here, so I'm about a half a thou further in, I guess. So this is all where we cut before. So it's all cut, 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 and all the way over to here. And see, this has not been cut before, and it still isn't cut now. Which is low before is still low. It was high, it has been cut. So that repeated pretty close. So I'm good with my setup. My setup's, like I said, it repeats easy within a thou. It looks like it's holding that number. Alright, so I'm going to go and give it a couple more thou to get the clean the rest of the way. Just a little bit more of it, maybe a couple more. Still in the frame. Good there. There. Looks like it did clean. Didn't sound like it was cleaning, it looks like it did. It's pretty even all the way around now. Speck right there didn't clean. I'm going to give it one more thou. Now the reason I don't give it a bunch all at once is there's two reasons. One, I like to see how deep it is so I know what the air was. Second reason is if you cut here light and cut heavy over here, you're not getting there's always a chip load, so you don't get 100% flat surface. So if I come with just a thou pass now, it'll be pretty much even all the way around. It should cut pretty even. So the more rigid your tools are, the less you got to worry about this crap. But yeah, it's a piece of crap lathe. I got to work it out. I have to make my tolerance as good as I can by cheating the system. Line cuts is cheating the system. One more thou. Could have cut two, that wouldn't happen. I'm good with this one. It sounds pretty even, you can hear it. Now we're cut. Past the hole finally. And right about there. Alright. Nice. I can live with that. Okay. Take it out, pull it off, clean it out, put it back on. It's dangerous laying it over here like this. A little vibration will fall right off. You know, broken fin. Living dangerous. Oh well. That's what happens in a big city. Get this out of the way. Same thing, you bring it up close where it's dry, go back and forth to make sure there's no crap on it. Pick a spot where you can repeat later. I put it right next to this. This line right here is my #1 jaw. So I know exactly where the cylinder, I can put it right back on the same spot within a few thousandths just by eyeballing it. Okay, now we know what the other cylinder was for being square and stuff. Let's see what this one is. Alright, see what we got. Not very flat again. Give it 1 thou. Alright, let's see what kind of a surface this head gasket was. Okay, so once again it's cutting more on the outside than the inside. The opposite of what you want again. It's pretty consistent that way, I guess. And it's out around a little bit, or I mean out of square. Alright, so it looks like the image closer, this one's closer to being flat than the last one was, but still a long ways from being flat. What? You're back there yelling at yourself for 20 minutes now, what's wrong? You're dirty.
Oh shit. Look, that shit's shiny.
That was a clean shirt. It's clean on the back side. Put the back on the front.
Yeah, right? I gotta watch it.
I'm working on a darn motor back here. What do you want?
I'm just letting you know which I'm gonna start cleaning up because I know you said you wanted to go.
I got another half hour more with me, so I don't care.
Better?
Except for those big gouges you left
Yeah,
there.
that was there. But I just have to sand it out. I have to sand it out.
I saw you do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, don't sweat it. It's
Okay.
fine.
Is that a little bit better now?
Yeah, it doesn't have that damn ripples in there like it was.
Well, no, there's still ripples in there. There's ripples in this one.
Yeah, but it's not like it was. Well, it's not even like that. But you don't have all those marks that look like the casting marks that were in it.
Yeah, yeah. But it looks better. It looks better now.
It had to be sanded, so I sanded it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna sand it too.
You're lazy. I saw that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, see. Hard to get good help.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Come here and fix it when you don't do it right. All right,
Well,
see
no,
you.
it looks good though. I mean, it looks a lot better than it did.
Let me get back to my cylinder. So you
Hey,
clean up.
I'll clean up. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Well, I got about 15 minutes more and I'll be done.
Yeah.
3. It's almost 3 now.
What?
Oh, it's only not even 11 yet. It's early. It's a half day. It's not even tomorrow yet. All right, I'm going to take my 50 thou off of this, or whatever it takes. We don't know what it needs yet. Okay, so do 10 on our first pass. 10 pass I can measure it, 'cause we got a little short last time. Plus it doesn't like this. Let's see what we got here. So we don't want to overcut it. So. 291. We got about 10 to go. 290. Okay, we got roughly 10 thousandths to go. So we've only got 7 on this surface. I'm going to cut 5 right now. Do another measurement. Come back to the final 1 and 2. So we were at what number? We're at 65 is where I left off at. Yep. 60. That should leave me 1 or 2 for a final. Alright, let's see what we got. 285, whoop, right off the edge. 285, 5, there it is, 285 even. Get that last half of that off it. 285, 0 again. Uh-oh, what's going on over here? Oh, this sucks. 287. Oh, 86. There's 86. Got 86 finally. That's a full thou here. That sucks. Almost a thou and a half, actually. And 850 again. So this side's a high one. Everything else, the other three the same. Okay, we're at 50. Got 5 thou to go. We need 3 thou there. We only need 2 more off of this surface. So we can cut 2 off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and 2 thou, 1, 2 thou right there. Come on, get it. Whoop, right there. Only allows a couple 100,000 out of here. We can cut this again in a minute. where we're going to keep now. See the finish. And coming up on the end there, right about there. Come on. It's walking. Okay. Move a couple temps out. Alright, come back out. And I'm going to give it the rest of the way. The rest of the 3 we need. Oh, too much. Alright, right about there. So 3,000 step here we're cutting out. Doing this by eyeball. Not exactly exact. Feeling real quick. You know, eyeball, you might as well make sure they're about the same. Okay, we got about 50 on that one. Yeah, that'd be pretty close. Maybe just a tick further this time. Maybe an extra 10 thou or so deeper, I'm not sure. Close. Well, leave it. It's real close. Alright, so that's our 0 points. Put this on 50 even, so I know where I'm at. And come out and cut that side off. See what kind of number we got on it to begin with. See how high this one was. 2 right there. 1, 2 down. 3 down. Ooh, this is short. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that was almost 8 thou low. That's why that sail neck came up short when I did the other cut, because that spigot wasn't cut the same depth as the other one, the same height. They're off by a little bit. So I'm going to even them out to make it sound. Go. Right there. All right. Let's see what I got here. I got to deburr the edge. What I do to deburr? So this one here. On the top surface. Again, that doesn't work very good. That's it. Alright, so I'm going to measure and see what we really got now. 80 and a half thou high. This one here, 80 and a half again. Come on, give me the extra half. Nope, 80 and a half. We get on this side. 80 and a half. Let's see here. Yeah. We had 80 and a half, and it went away. 81. Yep, there's the 80 and a half. Yeah, I kind of fell off the edge of that's cheating. $80 and a half right there. Okay, I need to get it finally. That's probably closer to 81 now. And this one's 80 and a half. Oh, 80. Okay, so we got 3/4 thou to 1 thou variable. I can live with that. Alright, so we'll show you what I got for numbers over there. You can see I'm not lying to you. You know I wouldn't do that. I admit when I'm screwing up stuff. Okay, so 80, right on the money. Oh, what happened? I saw 79 and a half flat. Oh shit, there's an extra half. I didn't get that before. Damn it, making me look terrible. There's the 80 and a half. Oh, so I got 80 this time. Yeah, we gained a quarter. We gained half a thou here. What happened? I saw the 80. You saw it. 80 and a half. I saw 80 though. We're definitely 80 and a half. Okay. 82. This must be the one that was giving me a problem. There's 81. Yeah. Falling off the edge. Here's 81 and a half. $90. I'm in the wrong direction here. Making me look bad. Yeah, it's this side is screwing on me before. There's 81 and a half. Yeah, this one's good. This one doesn't like me today. This is my worst one. Damn. There's 81. I saw 81 even. There's 81 even right there. Okay, we'll leave with that one. Okay, I got a thou and a half out maybe. Alright, so there, I'm not lying. Cut 2 surfaces and we're within a thou and a half easily. So there you go. You can do good work if you want to, even though you got crappy lathe. It's how you use it. It's what you get. Alright, so that's this one here. You can see the same lip that we just cut on the other one. It's all the same. Alright, so that's how you do it. So these are all shortened up. Good to go.